Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. Welcome back to the reimagined version of Caspian Border Rush. I'm attacking, and my squad mate just coughed up the tank as I was the secondary gunner. Thanks to the transport chopper, I dropped right in. And you see me kind of sliding over to the right? That's because I want the perfect ass shot. Potentially, it gives me 55 damage. Now, if it wouldn't have killed the tank, he'd have been critically disabled. He couldn't pull forward. He couldn't rotate the base of his tank. The only thing he could do is rotate his turret. So, Caspian Border has been redone. You're going to notice this massive wall behind me. That changes everything. This is a CTF map. This is a rush map, obliteration, conquest map. I really enjoy conquest on this map. Obliteration is okay, but the wall really messes with stuff. Rush seems to be okay. I live streamed some obliteration gameplay on this map, and it just seems it gets way too campy because of that wall. No one could really push through because people are literally parachuting in on that wall. So the armor tries to push. They've got javelin, law, RPG spam coming from the sky where they don't have an angle. They've literally got to back up off the wall so they have angle on all the parachuters, not to mention the C4 spam. So we've got one MCOM set. It went off. We've got the other MCOM set. I'm trying to babysit this thing because we didn't have the best of starts. This is a high-ticket server favoring the rushers on this side, but stuff can really fall to pieces right here. And I learned this the hard way. I literally cut out about 5 minutes of gameplay where I'm just pillaring two different tanks, taking pop shots at them. They're repairing, I'm repairing, but no one's getting any kills. I'm out of ammo, they're out of ammo. This is the main street. It is probably the worst spot to push your tanks. And again, I learned that the hard way. So there's this left way that you can push the tank all the way behind the wall that I'm eventually going to work my way into, not the tank. I literally got fed up, popped APS and said, you know what, I got to get to cover. We got to make some leeway. 4-man squad, hopefully somebody spawns on me as a gunner and we can start making a push. Tank's down to 26 health. Not good, especially with all the engineers that are behind me. So I do something I don't usually advise and do very often. I leave my tank. Try to come back, repair it. Too little, too late. But hey, we're finally getting a sniff of their MCOM. So you're going to see this left lane that I'm talking about. It's right in front of me on the mini-map, that dirt road. You can literally use the protection of the wall, and if you spam your tanks back here, you can be on top of these MCOMs and set them, literally, within a minute. And the defenders aren't watching this because they're all pushed up to mid-road and mid-rocks. It's absolutely crazy. So I got lucky enough to play another round of Caspian Border Rush where we did make that push. In chat, I'm like, hey, let's all push left road. My God, did it work flawlessly. The defenders didn't know what hit them. By the time they responded, it was just simply too late. Now, I'm out of ammo, so I'm just trying to pick at these guys, maybe force them into cover because I'm not going to kill them from this range with the old pistol. It's not the Deagle by any means. So, maybe get a grenade out. I'm starting to get some heat, and I like my RPGs with some salt and pepper on them. Lots of salt, preferably. Makes them taste just a little bit better. Get a spot on a squad mate. We've kind of lost position. We're more in that mid-right side, trying to push back into the fray. And shit really hits the fan here. I would much rather have an MTAR or ACWR or something that shoots quite a bit faster and potentially might be a faster reload because the AK-5C is amazing at mid-range, but it gives up a lot at close range. So, third time's a charm. Maybe spawn back on another squad mate who is playing very smart, staying alive for us to spawn in, and we're trying to push. We got one set, but it is not looking good. There is so much rubble that these guys can defend from. It is not very advantageous for the attackers, unless the attackers can reach around in this big horseshoe shape, which they can do. But if you're an attacker and you're just pushing up the main road, you are doing the defenders a massive favor because you're only using a very small sliver of the map and you can easily get flanked and bottled into that. Not a good situation by any means. So try to do everything you can to push far left and far right. Set up the crossfire. Mid will take care of itself. And remember, this is rush. If the attackers can get around and the defenders push too far mid, they're kind of doing you a favor because they're not by the MCOM as I'm trying to reload my AK-5C frantically. So now we're playing bumper cars with a couple bodies here. I'm trying to figure out what position I can take because we got one of the MCOM set, but there are tanks, and look at that. Not the player was blocking me, the lumber is blocking me, so be very careful when you play by that dumpster. Good place to play. less vehicles are pushing up. So the cover is so ridiculous. This is that left road I was talking about. It is kind of the stairway to heaven, if you will. And you have all this cover. You can maximize your damage. A straight-in shot does 35. So I got 31 there. Missed with that one. Got 29. Obviously, the 35 is a lot, especially on the side. With all these rocks, the tanks really have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of threats that they have to worry about. Positioning is really tough for the defending armor if the attackers can really saturate the rocks and all these little head glitch spots that are just nasty for a tanker to have to worry about. So, pushing back up, kill the spawn beacon, can't jump into the old Tower of Power, and that might be one of the most frustrating things on Conquest and Obliteration. Everybody fights to get in that thing. It literally distracts 10 to 15 people in 64 man. It is absolutely crazy. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, and it's comical. You just shoot people as they start running to that tower. So they've defended it. I'm trying a right push, shorty in the back. It tickled. And another reliable squad mate. Our squad is quickly filling up, and that was probably the wrong guy to shoot at. I should probably be focusing on what's back here. Somebody's flying the MAV nice and high, so I don't have to worry about any surprises on the minimap unless they're crouch walking or victory crawling, which I highly doubt anybody on this map is going to be doing that to get past the MAV. Heck, the flight ceiling is probably so high, they probably don't even see the MAV, which is a nice thing. And the MAV, I believe, is being fixed. You can't javelin it right now, I don't think, and you can't lock onto it with anti-air solutions. So we tried, we pushed, we died a lot. Caspian Border Rush can be a lot of fun. We didn't make it this time. Let me know what you guys think about the new Caspian Border. Do you share the same thoughts about Obliteration? Kind of crazy, isn't it? As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.